Have you ever felt like you can't get someone out of your head? Maybe it happens right before you fall asleep, when everything seems calm but your mind isn't. That person appears in your thoughts again and again, as if their presence is somehow tied to yours in a way you don't fully understand. They might not even be someone you interact with every day, yet there they are, invading your quiet moments and personal reflections. And you ask yourself, why? Why does this person, out of all the people I know, keep showing up in my mind? The truth is, this isn't just a coincidence. It's not a random trick of your subconscious. These recurring thoughts hold a deeper meaning, one that goes far beyond what the rational mind can explain. If you stay with me until the end of this video, I promise you'll uncover the spiritual significance of thinking constantly about someone. Not only will you start to decode what might be happening within you, but you'll also discover how these mental connections might be guided by forces far greater than the physical and mundane. Imagine what could happen if you could understand the hidden message behind these thoughts. The answer might surprise you. But before we dive deeper into the topic, take a moment to think about that person you can't get out of your head. Close your eyes for just a second and visualize them. Maybe it's someone you know, or maybe it's something less tangible. Whatever you are feeling right now is important, because emotions are one of the ways the universe communicates with us. What is the universe trying to tell us when it brings someone to our thoughts so persistently? When a person is constantly present in our mind, it's rarely by accident. To help you understand this, I want to share a story. It was a grey autumn afternoon. The wind gently rustled through the trees, and leaves fell as if time itself had slowed down. Emma, a 35-year-old woman, sat in a cafe, absent-mindedly watching people pass by on the street. She had been feeling restless for weeks, as if something was missing in her life. It wasn't a lack of resources or love, but something deeper, something she couldn't quite put into words. Yet one thought remained constant: an old friend from college, someone she hadn't spoken to in years, but who had suddenly taken up permanent residence in her mind. At first, Emma tried to dismiss it. She thought it was just a coincidence, her mind playing tricks with old memories. But the thoughts persisted. Day after day, no matter what she was doing, the image of her friend kept returning to her mind. There was something about him that unsettled her, as if there was unfinished business between them, though she couldn't quite recall what. One night, as she lay in bed trying to fall asleep, Emma had a realization. Those thoughts weren't just random. They were a sign, a message from the universe, trying to guide her towards something she didn't yet fully understand. And that's how the universe works. Often, the people we can't stop thinking about aren't there by chance. They're there because here is something we need to learn from them, something our souls need to understand. It might be that this person is meant to play a significant role in your life, or perhaps they already have, but you haven't fully closed that chapter in your spiritual journey. On a spiritual level, every connection we make and every person who enters our life has a purpose. When someone occupies so much space in your mind that their essence becomes constant, it's time to ask yourself, what is the universe trying to tell me? In the spiritual realm, everything is connected. Every thought, every feeling, every person who crosses our path has meaning and purpose. These types of connections, where you can't stop thinking about someone, are particularly powerful. They're guided by energies that go beyond what we can see or touch. Maybe that person is experiencing something similar. Perhaps you are both connected on an energetic level that's not visible to the naked eye. But before we explore this further, let's talk about something fundamental: the law of attraction. The law of attraction teaches us that whatever we focus our attention on, whatever we think about with intensity, tends to manifest in our reality. In other words, our thoughts are a form of energy, and that energy has the power to attract people, situations, and experiences that align with our vibrations. If you are constantly thinking about someone, it's possible that this energy is drawing that person closer to you, whether in the physical or spiritual realm. This is where things get interesting. Thinking about someone doesn't always mean you need to reach out to them or pursue a relationship. Sometimes the people who dominate our thoughts are there to teach us something about ourselves, reflect a part of our life that we haven't fully understood or worked through. That person might represent an aspect of yourself that you are denying, or they might be a signal that here is an unresolved issue you need to address. Imagine for a moment that your mind is like a mirror. Every person you think about is a reflection of something within you. Thinking constantly about someone might be an invitation to look within yourself, to reflect on what that person is teaching you. Ask yourself, what is this person showing me about myself? Why do they keep appearing in my thoughts? What lesson or message is the universe trying to deliver through these constant thoughts? In many spiritual traditions, T here is talk of soulmates or kindred spirits, people with whom we share a deep spiritual connection that transcends time and space. It could be someone you knew in a past life, or someone destined to cross your path in this life to fulfill a shared mission. Sometimes, these people appear in our thoughts because our souls are seeking to reunite, because T here is something we need to learn or experience together. Other times, they're there to teach us an important lesson known that may be painful but necessary for our growth. But here is where the deeper reflection comes in. How do you distinguish whether thinking constantly about someone is a sign from the universe, or simply an unresolved emotional need? It's crucial to learn to differentiate between what comes from the soul and what comes from the ego. The ego often seeks control and external validation, while the soul seeks evolution, growth, and genuine connection. When you find yourself thinking about someone constantly, ask yourself, does this thought bring me peace or restlessness? Do I feel like T here is something I need to learn from this person? Or is it simply a desire to fill an emotional void?